All right. So I told you guys last week I kind of cheat sometimes instead of making my own, I just go to the bakery and get one. So I went to my one of my local bakeries and I said, "Can I get two 8-inch rounds?" So here's my two 8-inch rounds that I got from the store. And then you're supposed to do a piping bag with a light color with a coupler and a star tip.
You lift it up a little. Oh,
Oh,
I
yep,
s-
sorry. I gotta pay attention to which one. This
no,
is
look, we're seeing your face right now, although on the
sorry.
there you go. Thank you.
And this is a star tip, a number 18 or something kind of small. It's hard to see.
That's better. Yep.
And then I have a darker color. So this is last time you guys couldn't tell my colors. I had purple and orange. So I couldn't do the same ones this week. I had to do different. So this is a light yellow and this is like an aqua color. So my color might not be great. And then this has that big 1M tip on it. Okay. So these we're going to use later if we get to the decorating portion of it. The most part of this afternoon or evening is going to be to level the cakes, stack them, get a crumb coating on them, and then we'll work a little bit with our piping bags because we can do some rosettes and we can put those in the freezer with our cake. And then we'll take our cake out, put that final pretty white thick frosting layer on the top. Sorry, I have dogs and my husband's home. So we'll put that final layer on and then we'll do some more techniques after that, how to decorate the cake, put the borders on that we practiced last week. So if we're ready, so you should have your cakes and you need, also, sorry, the other thing that we do need is you're gonna need your frosting, your icing. So I have, Chris, do you want to switch to my other camera?
Yes.
Please.
Hold on.
And I apologize for my dog
Whoops.
barking in the
Sorry, wrong one.
background.
My bad. Here we go.
So I
There
have,
you go.
so I separate my icing for a crumb coat bowl and my final icing bowl. Because when we do our crumb coat, sometimes you'll notice that your cake is kind of crumbling off. That's why we call it a crumb coat. And I don't want to get those crumbs in my good stuff. So you should have at least one bowl of um of icing and then maybe a smaller one that you can have for your crumb coating. And that is okay if you have a big square cake. I will show you what we're going to do. So if you have a square cake, what you're going to do is you're just going to cut it in half and then we'll work with those two pieces instead of, so since you don't have two round ones, we'll just do a square one. You cut it in half and then we'll stack it and you have a rectangle cake. Does that make sense? Okay.
Melissa, you have your hand raised. Is that you have a quick question? Or was that your question?
Um, what is what can you use if you don't have a big M?
I'm sorry, a big what?
The M, the one
A
M.
1M tip. You can use any star tip that you want. It's just
Okay.
I use to do bigger rosettes. And you can use the small star tip um for rosettes as well.
Thanks.
Yep. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, does everybody have their serrated knife? That was one of the tools that we needed for tonight. If you have all your frosting in your bag, that's fine too. We can work with that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, so if you guys know when you put a cake down, one side's always the bottom, right? Someone can't hear me. So you might have to check your volume on your laptop. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and level this. So some of you guys, does anybody have a dome on their cake? Like it looks like a big, huge, kind of a half watermelon. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna take our knife and you might, if you want your parents to help you with that, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so all you're gonna do is, what I do is I'm gonna turn my camera a little bit so you can see me, okay? So I take my knife and I figure out kind of where bottom is. Sorry, there we go. And I just hold it still and I go back and forth and I slide it across the table. And I just keep going straight across. We're just trying to level it out a little bit. Okay. Just gonna grab a plate so my kids can eat the top later. Okay. See how it looks a little bit more straight? Okay, there's one. And it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to show you a trick. Remember how I said the bottoms are always flat, right? That's going to be our top. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to take one like this. We're going to put some icing in the middle. And then we're going to take the other one and we will actually eventually go like this and flip it upside down. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing to this one that we did with this one is how we leveled it off. That's what it's called, leveling. Some people might have, if you've done cakes before, you might have something that looks like this. It's just a piece of metal. It's like a handle and it has a really thin wire. Can you guys see that a little bit? Has a really thin wire, or some of them might have a knife blade here. And this is just a different way that you can level your cake. And all you would do is you would hold it down like this and you slide it back and forth and it will level your cake. I have this set to split my cake in half. So I'm just gonna, we have two overnight. Same thing with the square cakes. I can't remember who had the square cakes. You're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna try and find just a little bit off the top so you don't have the kind of top of your cake. And you're gonna slowly go back and forth. And if it isn't even, that's okay. We can level it out with icing. That just means you get a little bit more icing. Okay. So then the square cake's the same thing. You try and hold real still and you kind of move your whole body instead of going like this, because then you can go down and up. I hold my body real still and I just hold my knife straight. Okay. How's everybody doing?
Okay, we had a question and then it just disappeared. I didn't know if it disappeared. Oh, cool. And Lauren is saying the cake is so cold it won't cut.
Oh, do
So
you
what
have
is,
a microwave? Can you pop it in the microwave for 5-10 seconds just so it warms up a little? No, Camilla, if your cakes are really even and you don't want to, you do not need to level them out. Some places, like mine, were fairly level, but I still level them out because I want to teach you guys how to do it. Oh, Chris already answered that. Perfect. Sorry. Oops. Okay, how's everybody doing? Thumbs up, thumbs down? We're good? Okay, so I didn't have a cake board. So we eat a lot of ice cream at my house. So this is what I have. It used to be an ice cream cover, and I just took a scissors and I cut off the edge of the ice cream lid. So please don't make fun of me because I makeshift a lot of things at my house. So I actually have a cake stand to help me a little bit. And I'm gonna straighten out my camera a little bit. How's that?
Wait.
Okay.
Quinn has a quick question, looks like.
Yeah.
So like my cake cutter, like when like I have my cake cutter, it like has like it's like the wire like isn't like straight. It's like bent.
The wire is bent or it's uneven on one side to the other.
It's like it looks like my camera's not working, so I can't show you, but it
Okay.
looks there's like a circle. Like it's like really like unthin, and I'm trying to like make it straight. Like it's like
Okay. Well, I'm really sorry, Quinn. I couldn't help you. Is there a way you could just grab some kind of knife? Is your mom home that you can help, that you could just use a knife to try and level it off a little bit?
Okay, yeah.
I can't, it's hard to tell without with the tools that I have compared to the tools that you have.
Yeah.
So that would be my suggestion. There's a lot of people. There was one girl that was here tonight that she didn't need to level hers. So that's great. Okay. So what we're going to do now is, so remember how I said I have two little bowls. One is a crumb coat bowl. And we're just going to take, so to get my cake board, and the other thing I've also used is I've used a paper plate, just something to put underneath your cake. I've taken a paper plate and cut off the edge as well. So something to put your cake on. So if you notice like mine, it doesn't stick where I want it to be. So when I spin it, it's gonna spin off. So what I do is I just take a little bit of frosting and it gets my thing dirty, but that's okay. I put a little bit on there and now it doesn't move. Okay? All right, and so now we're gonna do the same thing again, because if I put my cake, one of my cake rounds on here, it's gonna slide around a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take just a little bit more frosting or icing, and we're just gonna put it on there, and it doesn't have to be much. Okay, and we're just gonna put that on there. And this one, you're gonna put it on just like normal, okay? So here's the top that we leveled off, and here's the bottom that they baked it in. And we're just gonna put it on like that and give it a little push down. Okay? So here's the difference parts is people have some icing in a piping bag, or if they have it in a bowl. So we're gonna take, everybody doing good? We're gonna take a scoop of icing and we're gonna throw it in there. In the middle, this is the in between the layers. And you're gonna take an offset spatula and you're just gonna try and push it all the way around the edge. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect because nobody's gonna see this. They'll see a little bit when they eat it or when you eat it in the middle. And if you want more, you can put more. Look at, you see how mine, I have a crack there? You think we'll see it at the end of the day or end of the night? So if you have a piping bag, you can just pipe some along the outside and then put some more in the middle and do the same thing. You take some of your icing and you put it on your cake and you smooth it around, and I'll tip mine in just a second so you can see. And it's okay if it goes off the edge. See how mine goes off the edge? That's okay. All right, can you guys see mine? It doesn't have to be pretty. You could have an M in there for Megan. Okay. How are we doing, Chris? Questions or anything? No? All right.
What if we
Now-
don't, well, the question was, what if we don't have a turntable? What do they do if they're just,
Yep,
you
if
know.
it's just on it's on your table. So I mentioned last time, if you have 2 cake pans and some marbles, otherwise you just put it on your counter and it doesn't have to spin. You can just, you just move your hand, and if it's on, whatever it's on, you just spin it. So if I had, oh, look at this, see? I have a round cutting board. So if I had mine on a round cutting board, just like this, I do the same thing. I can move my cutting board, or if it just stays and I just move my hand and my body. This is the easy part. We don't have to, this is okay. All right, how's it, is that okay? Does that answer your question? If you don't have a cake turner, that's okay. Are you guys ready for the fun part? Part of the hard part? Okay, so remember the other one we did? Remember I said we're gonna take the second one and we're gonna flip it upside down? That's what we're gonna do. So now that we have some icing in there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our other one and we're gonna flip it upside down, because this is really nice and flat. Because that's the part that we got from the bakery and it cooked this way, and we know the bottom of the pan is flat. So that's gonna give us our best flat edge. So we're gonna put it on. Give it a little squishy squish so it stays together. Right? And if you have a square cake, it's the same thing. You level it off and you try and make them all fit together. So is it Joelle and Avery said that they had a different size cakes? Now what you would do is you can either leave it and you just have extra frosting that you would put on the side so that it evens out, or you can take a knife and you can even it out. You just cut off the part that's big. Does that make sense? Can I slow down? I sure can.
I have a question. My question is, how do you know how much icing to put in the center? Like, can you put more, or is there a rule about how much you put in the middle?
I have never learned the correct amount. I put how much ever I want. I made my uncle a cake where after I put some frosting on, I took my piping bag and I put a circle around the outside.
Mhm.
And then I actually put strawberry jelly
Oh.
in the middle. So if you see some of them that are filled with, like if somebody had a chocolate buttercream icing, you can put a chocolate one in there. There's been people where after that, if I wanted to put like some caramel or some chocolate sauce to add some different flavors in there, that's what you can do. You can use whatever color you want. My mom laughed at me when I said I didn't want a white, when you go to a grocery store, all the cakes are mostly white on the outside. I said to my mom, I want a red one. And she looked at me like I was crazy. So you can use whatever color you want, does not have to be white.
Misty has a question.
Yeah.
Misty's iPad has a question. Misty, do you have a question? You want to unmute and ask your question? Mm,
Does everybody have them stacked? Oh, there you are, Misty. Do you have a question?
need to unmute. There you go.
My question is, so for the sides, because it's leaking out, do you put frosting on the sides and then smooth it out?
Yeah, we will in just a minute. That's going to be part of our crumb coat. See how mine's kind of falling out there too?
Yeah.
We're going to use that. So when we put a crumb coat on, that's so that all of the crumbs stay in that inside layer. And then we're going to put it in the freezer so it kind of gets hard. And then we're going to come back out and we're going to put a nice pretty layer on. Hopefully that won't have crumbs in it.
Okay.
Okay.
And also, you know how you said that you need white frosting? Can we color our frosting if we really want to?
You sure can.
Okay,
Go
good.
ahead.
Just make sure
Absolutely.
Start tape, but try not to get your hands.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, does everybody have their offset spatula or a knife? Some people don't use the offset spatula, some will just use a knife. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take some icing,
That's not what you.
okay, and I'm gonna try and do it over here so you can see me. And we're just gonna very slowly start putting and you can see through it, a very thin layer,
Good job. Getting it out.
okay?
I just flipped
Are
it
you,
over.
are we on mute now?
Okay, we're just gonna put a very thin layer around the outside of our cake, just to try and hold all of those crumbs in. Okay, you can go up, you can go down, you can go all the way around, just like this. And it's okay if you see the cake underneath. Okay, we're just, see like right here, you can see that it's still cake down there. That's okay. We're just putting a very thin layer on so that it seals
Right here.
all the crumbs in.
Yeah, there you go.
So I always start with the sides and then I do the top. And that is perfectly fine if you want to do the top first instead of the sides.
Misty, you have another question?
So what, cake is sticky. What happens if your cake is sticky?
Did you, the bottom of it is sticky? Or is
No,
it
like
the
the
top?
top of it is sticky.
Did you level yours? Did you use the leveler and try and level it and it's still sticky?
Oh, so you have to cut off the top? What's that with?
What do you mean by level it?
So when we first started, if my cake had like, when you get
honey,
cakes
you're
out of the
right,
oven,
honey.
it kind of has a bubble on the top.
That's how you have to do it.
And you take your knife and we cut off that little bump.
Right, too.
Okay, somebody needs to mute. I can't really tell.
There was another question about cake texture. What if the frosting won't stick to the cake?
You might need to use a little bit more frosting or add is it store-bought or is it homemade? Sometimes the homemade stuff, you might need to add a little bit more milk or cream for it to stick.
To the icing, yes?
Yes, to the icing. Yep.
Okay.
And so if it's hard to see, but do you see how mine's kind of crumbling away? See that?
Yep.
Those are the hard parts. Kind of just got to add a little bit more frosting and icing and just kind of cover it up. It's hard to do, but we just go very slow and try and make it look nice and pretty and try and get all that icing around the outside so you can't see any of the cake that's not covered with icing.
And maybe you already answered this question, but there's another one of what if the cake crumbles when they spread it on this icing on the sides?
Yep. So what you want to do is you want to get a little bit, it's very hard because see mine's doing it too. You get a little bit more icing and you try and do it very, very gently. It's kind of hard when it's a soft cake, and that means that it's going to be a good tasting cake.
So you just need to pack on the frosting,
Yep.
right? It's going to be a big old chunk of frosting in that piece or in that little piece of
Yep.
cake.
So this is where that chunk was missing in mine.
Yep. Oops.
Just put some more frosting on it and you very carefully and very softly kind of just shift it around so that it's all covered. And when you feel like it's all covered, make sure that you have space in your freezer because we're going to put it in our freezer.
And just so
Okay.
you know, Megan's been doing this for a while. So if
Oh,
your
long
cake
time.
doesn't look like Megan's, don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
If I was doing this right now, my cake would not look like Megan's. Sarah, if you were doing this right now, would your cake look like Megan's? Probably. Probably it would. I'm just saying.
I think Sarah's a cake person too.
Perhaps, yes. I mean, but I'm just saying, if it was my
I've been-
first cake in a while, it would not look like Megan's. So
I have been.
it's hard when you have a soft
was
cake and it's
about
crumbly. When
so
you have a
about 12
crumbly,
years.
yes, but when it's crumbly like that, it's tough. It's not the easiest thing to do. So
It is very hard. So you just, like I said, you just get a little bit more frosting and you
Yep.
put it over the top. And even if you have to get another tool, if you need a spatula, instead of scraping it on there, dropping it on and just, see, I just did it again.
yeah,
Wait,
anytime.
see?
It's so
It's like, I don't want to touch it anymore.
all right. Okay, Misty, you have one more question, Misty, or
What happens if we do not put it in the freezer?
It's just gonna be a little, do you have fridge room? You have room in the fridge?
I think so.
outside on the porch?
Yes, we'll put it.
Yep, or outside on the porch if you don't have animals or anything that'll eat it. The reason why we put it in the fridge, especially if we're trying to get it all done in one class, is because we need this to set and kind of get harder, because if we try and come back and put more frosting on it, it's just gonna do the same thing. So we gotta let it kind of chill out a little bit, and so that's why we put it in a freezer. I put mine in a freezer.
Sophia has a question.
Do we put frosting on the top?
Yep, I'm sorry, I did put frosting on the top of mine. Yep,
Okay.
I have mine all frosted. And you see how you can still see some crumbs in
Okay.
there? And you can still see the cake. That is perfectly fine. We were gonna take care of that later.
Yes, this is still called the crumb coat.
Yes, this is just the crumb coat. How's everybody doing with the crumb coat? It took me a long time to learn to do a crumb coat before I just started icing the whole thing. Chris, can we go to all the views so we can see all the kids and see how
Yep.
they're doing?
Yep.
If we can see some cameras. Ooh, Casper and is it, I say it wrong every time. Katri? Katri?
Yep. You may had it
Katri?
right the first time. Hard to say.
Yay!
You had a thumbs up one of the time.
I saw that. Lincoln's doing a good job.
Yeah. Alyssa's looks
Ooh,
good.
Alyssa, yep. Raina, Hattie, how are you girls doing? Avery and Joelle, awesome. You got two really different size cakes, huh?
I bet you they're going to taste fine.
Oh, yeah.
Grace has got a good one. It looks
Oh,
like a
Reed is
perfect
on
crumb
tonight.
coat.
Hi, Reed.
Hey, Addie.
Let's see. Coral, how are you? How's yours going?
Margot's got one
Good?
going on there.
Oh, we have two screens tonight. I gotta switch over to the other ones. Let's see. Isabel.
All right, some are going in the freezer.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do with mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna transfer mine from my cake turner back to that round thing I showed you. Cutting board. Cutting board. Good gravy. So all I do is I have a pizza thing here, so I'm just gonna maybe I won't. There we go. Okay. It's gonna go like this. Put it on my other board. Cut that off to the side. Grab a napkin and wipe my fingers off. How many people have not had any frosting tonight?
You mean to eat? Is that what you're saying?
Eat it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. Alyssa, what's your question?
How long do we have to keep in the freezer?
Oh,
It
that's a
should
great
be
question.
about 5-10 minutes, just until that icing gets a little bit hard. Is that okay?
Okay.
So
In the meantime,
I put it in the freezer and not the fridge is because it gets colder faster and the fridge will dry out the icing instead of keep the moisture in. And also with the cake, that's why I put it in the freezer and not the refrigerator. So I'm going to show you some of the tools that are there for different kinds of when we're going to do the outside of it. Got some. So in your kits, if you purchase the kit, there are a few different. Chris, which one do you have me pinned on my face?
yes, you are.
Okay.
I have you.
I'm just checking. I see it, but I don't
Yes.
know if that's the one you pinned.
Yes.
So, a few things. I'm not sure. These are kits that I've purchased in the past. Here's one that has some different edges on it.
What do you call that again?
This is an edge scraper.
There you go.
So when we did the outside, after we put our final coat on, we're gonna use a straight edge. So these are just different options that are out there for straight edges. And they didn't have these when I first started. So my straight edge, the only one I could find is actually this knife, this big old chopper knife. But I look at it and I would use this and this as my straight edge, like this is. So see how that works just like that? I'll try not to shine you guys with but this is what I used for many, many years because I didn't go and buy the straight edges. So there's different ones. So that's some there. Some of you might have purchased, this is just a clear, tall, I did a really tall cake. I did 3 of those layers, like 3 of those. So 2, 3. I did a really tall one, and this helped me do that because here's the size difference. So this is just a straight edge. And then I have another one that came in that, and it's hard to see. Let me see. Oh, here, got a piece of material. Does that help? Can you see it? Nope, that's better.
Yep.
So this one has like little notches that you can do, and then this side has a little bit bigger notches. We're not going to use these tonight.
Okay, Hazel has a question.
Yeah. Oh no. Sorry, Raina and Hattie.
Oh, what? If you don't have the scraper for the sides of the cake?
Oh no.
Do you have anything that's straight like this?
I don't know. We'll see.
So you can look around your house for anything straight. I'm trying to think, like if you have a smaller cutting board that has a straight edge, or you know what I've used before? I've actually used a cardboard box. I've just like cut one of the sides off, and I've used a cardboard box. Kind of anything that has a straight edge. This is my mom's, and actually I think it was my grandma's. It's a Tupperware spreader spatula. So that has just something that has a straight edge like this. Like here's, I know it would be really funny, but here's a notebook that I have at my house. This would be a straight edge. I mean, you could try and wrap it in wax paper, and then you can use that to scrape along the outside, because we'll use it later when we put the final icing on to scrape that off. Okay. How's everybody doing? We got everything in the freezer?
Okay. So what should they be doing? We're just kind of
Yep. So right now what we're going to do is piping bags. So what we can do is while that's in the freezer, we're going to take one of our piping bags and we're going to make some rosettes now so that we can put those in the freezer. And then we can take them out and we can set them on our cake how we want. Is there a difference between metal or plastic, and is one better than the other? That is all the comfort of you. How do you feel? Do you feel comfortable using a little plastic one? Do you feel comfortable using the big one? I think I actually have another one in here somewhere, maybe not. Oh, see, I have all kinds of these, and these are rounded ones. I have some that are rounded. And so these still have, even if it's a little small edge like this, Hazel, if you can find something like that. I mean, these are all over, and it's just what you prefer. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our piping bags, and we did some rosettes last week. If you weren't there, we're going to use our 1M tip. This one. Okay, that's the big one. With it should, I think we said the big 1M tip, no coupler, with a dark icing color. So it's hard to, my shirt is green, but this is tealish aqua color. And remember what we do is we kind of pinch it between our thumb and our hand. And we're going to pinch it there. We're going to give it a little twist. And we're going to hold it in our hand. And then we're going to start, if you want to start, remember how last week we talked about you can start on the inside and go out, or you can go outside and go in. And you know what? If you can use whichever bag you want. We're just going to do some big rosettes, some little rosettes, and then we're going to put those in the freezer so they can harden too. What are we putting these on? You can, if you have anything, I have some parchment paper. If you have a paper plate or a plate, anything that you can think to put it on. Sorry, that wasn't in the instructions. in the
Another
prepping.
question was about the piping bag itself. What if the icing is coming out of the bag on the sides of the tip?
Then you must have cut your tip, you must have cut your plastic bag down too far. Is that what you're saying? Who asked it? Can you show me on your, can I see? It might just be that you might have to use a new bag and refill your bag.
Sorry, our camera isn't working.
Oh no. Okay. So so it's coming out from like up here? Like is the tip, was the piping bag cut too far down?
A lot of people's like cameras aren't working.
Oh no. It could be because
Yeah,
there's so many people on.
I think we cut it down too far. Can we just put like another bag over it?
Yep. So what you can do is you can grab. So I have a lot of these. So you grab another bag, just cut it a little bit less and take that one and put it right into the other one. And then you just, it's just double bagged. And that's fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I like doing my rosettes outside to inside. I'll try and do some of each. So remember, I don't know, Chris, if you want to switch to the other camera. So we're holding our piping bag. You want to do more straight up and down. Whoopsie. There we go. All right. So you're going to try and go straight up and down. And I got to hold this down. Maybe I'll use my mouse pad. There we go. So we're going to start squeezing around, stop, and pull. Okay. And we go on the outside to in, outside, stop, pull. What if we just want to put it on the cake? We are going to put some of these on the cake directly and we're going to freeze them. We're just kind of practicing right now because we need to give our icing on the cake a little bit of time to chill out. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on another piece. Well, I'll do some on here too. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with my small tip that has the coupler on it. Sorry. This is an 18 tip. If you have a different style tip you like, that is perfectly fine. Okay, we're going to go, let's see, I did inside to outside on this one. So we'll go inside to outside and we'll go outside to inside. Guess what, you guys? My birthday is Friday next week, so this is perfect that I can make my own birthday cake. I don't know if I've ever made my own birthday cake before, so I'm excited about this because these are really fun colors. Okay, so I'm going to do some just little stars with my 18 tip. And remember, we just squeeze, stop, pull. Okay, remember how we did these? A few of you might have been on the line with us last week. Some of you might not. Okay, I'm going to do another one. Okay, I'm going to go check. I'm going to put these in the freezer. Try and be very careful with them.
Okay, we've got a couple questions here. Let me see if I can figure out who. Sophia, I think you had your hand up for a bit. Why don't you go first?
I'm listening.
Never mind. I just
Never
forgot to
mind?
put it.
Okay. Hazel, you have your hand up.
What if the frosting's too hard? What should I do?
Is it homemade or is it from the store?
Homemade.
It's homemade. Can you add a little bit more milk to it? Can you add a little bit more cream or milk to it?
Okay, I'll try.
That will help. So if you put it back in a bowl, add just a little drop or two of milk and then mix it up, and that will soften it up so that you can use it again.
Misty's question, did you put the button of your second cake on top of your first? Is that what you're asking?
Oh, Misty, we took, so we had cakes.
Oh,
So what we did, I'm gonna grab some plates here to show you, and they're gonna pretend to be my pans on how the cake that we did it. So we had our cakes like this, if they were cooked. If these are my cakes coming out of the oven, we leveled them off. We leveled both of them off. And then we took one and we put icing on top of it. And we smoothed it out a little bit. And then we took the other one and we actually flipped it upside down. So that the bottom that was nice and flat from when the bottom from when it's cooking, it's nice and flat. So now we should have a nice kind of flat top instead of having a bumpy one if we weren't good at leveling. And I'm not good at leveling. So I always like to flip mine over because that means that this is nice and smooth and it's a better top for me to ice.
okay. Back to Sadie, did you remember what you were going to ask this? Or
Oh,
No.
Alyssa has a question.
That
Alyssa.
wasn't me, but second thing, my
back
buttercream
to
is,
Sadie.
my buttercream isn't sticking together. Like I'll try to pipe something, but then the top won't like close together. So like when I pipe stars, it literally just lies flat, and sometimes it doesn't stick to my parchment paper.
Yep, it might not stick to your parchment paper just because parchment paper is designed to not have anything stick to it. So it would have to drop on there. Are you saying it's like, is it too warm from being in your hand?
No, it's like super thick and it's not pointing at the top. Here, I'll show you. It like doesn't make a point at the top. It just lays flat.
Let me see.
Oh, sorry. Let me
I gotta figure out who's talking.
here.
Sadie. Okay, there's Sadie. Okay.
Like that should be pointed, but it's flat.
Yep.
Mm,
Did you add some more? Did you add some milk to it? Is yours homemade?
No, this isn't homemade.
It's store-bought?
Yeah.
Did you mix your icing really well before you put it in your piping bag?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I'm not sure. It could be just it could be the icing. And have you had it at room temperature? Remember we talked about having it at room temperature for a while today? Yeah. I'd have to
Is
see
it
consistency. I see someone in the background stirring it up back there.
is it yeah, I was wondering if it's too warm. Is it
No.
No,
Okay.
Like room temp.
if it's really stiff like that, usually it might just need a little bit more milk to make it a little bit softer and thinner.
It's pretty stiff.
Oh, yeah,
You
look.
could- I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
say
can
he's in the background trying to
Yep.
trying to scoop it and everything. So you could try taking a bowl and with some stuff that isn't colored maybe and add, sometimes if you add too much color, the coloring that you use to make your different colored frostings, sometimes that changes the texture of your buttercream. So
Okay.
you could try taking just another, maybe squirting it in a bowl and putting a little splash of milk in it and mixing that really good. And then try that. Again, it's kind of hard to see it when we're not in person.
But just a little bit of milk, not a lot.
Yep, just a little bit, just a little, not even, almost just a drop, just a little drop. I'm gonna put these in the freezer quick, and I think
Okay.
it's almost ready.
All right, Alyssa, what's your question?
How it's more of a saying that what if your frosting's way too warm and it's like coming out when you're not even squeezing it?
Did you put it in the microwave and have you had it in your hand for a long time?
I didn't put it in the microwave. I had it in my hand. And my
Okay.
hand's really warm.
Yep, so you could maybe add a little bit of powdered sugar, or you might just need to pop it into your into the fridge for a little bit.
Oops.
Because butter, is it buttercream?
Yeah.
What happens to butter when it gets too warm?
It melts.
It melts. So that's why, and that's the hard thing about some of the classes that we do. If we're having a lot of buttercream and using it all the time, and I think mine was pretty soft at the end of last week. It wasn't even holding my star shape on my little one. So I actually had to switch it out. So it could be because you're holding it too much. So maybe pop it in the fridge for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Raina, do you have a question?
It was just my frosting was really runny too, so.
Your
Oh, okay.
frosting is really runny too? Okay.
Well, some of it is, and then like that. Well, I made a few because Hattie was gonna do it, but then she had to go. But some of
Gotcha.
it's runny and it's like really runny.
Yep. So is it warm? Is it runny because it's warm? Or is it runny because maybe, is it homemade or is it store-bought?
It's homemade.
It's homemade. So it could need a little bit more powdered sugar.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes when we do recipes, especially with buttercream, it depends on the temperature, the kind of butter you use. My house is usually very cold, so I have to always kind of throw mine in the microwave for it to warm up, for it to soften for me to use.
Okay. Thanks.
Let's see. Braylon's birthday is Thursday next week. Mine's Friday.
Mhm.
All right,
right.
so let's go grab our cakes. I'm gonna go grab mine and I'll meet you guys back at the counter, okay?
I did grab my cake.
All right. So now, let me transfer this back to my stand here. If I can get it. Oh, gotta do this. I gotta add a little bit of frosting on here so it sticks to my, so when I spin it, sticks on there. All right. I didn't have enough room for my whole cake stand in my freezer. All right, there we go. Paper towel. All right, can everybody touch theirs a little bit? So I'm able to touch mine and there's really nothing on my hands. So that means that we're good. It kind of dried up and it firmed up. How's everybody else's? You don't have to use your whole hands like I do. You can just touch it with your fingers, but you can kind of touch it and it's not sticking to your fingers, right?
Okay, everyone's cake should be out of your cold storage area, whether it was in the fridge or the freezer or your cold or your porch. Misty, do you have a quick question?
So when you put it into like the refrigerator, the freezer, like the porch, so how long did you put it in there for?
Well, it depends on how cold it is. If it's a summer day, you're not going to put it outside. You want it someplace where it's going to get cold so that when I touch it like this, it's not going to stick to my fingers.
So for tonight, I would say it was probably in there for a good 10 minutes, if not 15 minutes. I lost track of time myself, but I would
did
say at least
too.
10 minutes.
I did too.
We were having too much fun. I'm so sorry.
All right. So does everybody have a big batch of other icing?
Still white or still whatever the color is. Actually, it doesn't
Whatever
matter what
you
color.
want. It does
Doesn't
not
matter.
have to- Mine's just white because it's just me not having to rush home to color it to make sure it's all the pretty colors.
Just
I'm
some
making
sort of icing.
a boring old white cake. Okay, so I just mixed it up a little bit so it looks like it's nice and smooth and I can go like this and it's all pretty.
Yum.
Okay, so now I go backwards. So when I do the crumb coat, I always start on the outside. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start on the top because this one, we actually get to put kind of a lot on here. So I am going to take like 2 big, huge dollops like that. Do you see that? How about that? And now make sure that, sorry, I skipped something. You want to make sure that your spatula that you're going to use is clean and it doesn't have any crumbs or any frosting from the last time. Okay, so give me just a second. I'm going to wash mine quick because I don't want any crumbs on this, as little as possible if I can. Okay, I know I grabbed my paper towel. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of do the same thing that we did before. We're just gonna try and push the icing. And you want it to kind of fall over the edge because when it gets like this, see how it looks like it's falling over the edge? Now we're just gonna kind of smooth it into the side. Okay, and this layer is gonna be a little bit thicker than the other layers. Okay, so you just keep moving it around and you kind of push it off the edge. Okay, see how it's pushed off the edge here? And I'm just going to kind of come in and smooth it out. And you just keep going all the way around. And it's okay if it doesn't look pretty yet. We'll fix it later. Okay?
We're just kind of pushing it from the top to the bottom then at this
Yep,
point,
we're
right?
just pushing it, kind of making it fall over the edge. Okay. I'm trying
Yep.
to tip my camera up a little bit so that you can see. So when I do it, I'm just kind of pushing it and see how it falls over the edge like this. And then I'm just going to come around and I'm going to smooth it out all the way around. And if I need to add more, so see how there's not any down here? I'm just going to grab a little bit and I'm going to slap it on there. And it can be thick because we're going to, some of this is going to come off because when we go to smooth it out, this comes off. So some of it comes off, even though we're putting a lot on there. Okay, so I'm just going to push it over the edge and then I'm just going to smooth it out all the way down. Okay, so over here, push it over the edge and then I'm just going to push it back and forth. Who's watched Ice Age? Back and forth and back and forth. Sorry, my kids like
The young gentleman in the back says yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
Kendall doing his homework.
In fact, I
That's
have
right.
watched that movie.
See? So see, it looks kind of messy, right? So now I'm seeing that here's a little bit of cake showing, here's some cake showing. So I'll either smooth out the top and get some from the top, or like I said, we're going to use a lot. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to grab some more. And I'm just going to put it on there. Sorry, sound effects are the best.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to keep going around and checking for spots that doesn't have icing. Man. Oh, there's another spot. Get some more. Because remember when I was talking about those straight edges? We're going to use those in just a few minutes to straighten out all of our frosting and our edge. Where do you guys think? You guys aren't watching me. You guys are doing your own, right? How's everybody doing? With the square cake? Oh, who had the square cake? Let's see.
I don't remember.
I
Lauren?
think that was it Raina? I don't know. I can't remember. Dang it. There's too many of you. I can't remember. Okay. So how am I doing? It's okay if there's little spots in there, like I said. So like this spot right here, we're going to cover that up in a little bit. So we just want to get a good layer and hopefully there's no crumbs in it. So that first one that we did, that first crumb coat that we did, that hopefully when we let it dry a little bit, that made it stay in that crumb coat and not on this one.
Sophia,
Oh,
question?
we had the square cake. Oh, sorry, Sophia.
You have a question?
At the end, can we each show each other our cakes?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, we have a request for you to slow down just a smidge, please.
Yep. Yep.
And boy, that's a lot of frosting, everybody is saying.
Yep. But remember, we're going to take it off. We're going to take some off, so it's okay.
So let's just take a little break, let everybody catch up.
Yep. Chris, can you unpin me? I like watching
shall.
something sometimes. I'm just going to set mine off to, well, I'll just leave it.
How do I oh, here, sorry, my button. There it is.
There we go. Avery and Joelle, how's it going with you? Had 3 layers, 3 different sizes? Look at that. Good job. How are we doing?
See, Isabel's pushing over the sides, looks like.
Yep.
Over the sides, over the sides.
There's Nora. She's working on it too.
Lincoln's looks good.
Look at it.
He's
Yeah,
got
it is
see,
a
it's
lot
so
of
much
fun.
easier when you have a turntable. I don't have a turntable. I might have to put that on my Christmas list for next year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I looked and I'm like, oh, Megan Garrett's, yours is good. I forget I have 2 cameras.
It looks pink from that angle.
I think it's because I was there with my apron. But yeah, it does
Oh, yeah.
a little bit.
Quinn has a question, or Quinn has
Yes,
a hand
Quinn.
raised.
So my like cake, it's like crumbly and like the frosting's like still sticky, like really sticky.
Okay, then that means that you didn't have yours in the freezer long enough.
Okay.
So we'll
Okay.
just try and keep going. So just I know it's a lot of frosting, so just try and move it around a little bit and we're just gonna have to keep going. Okay, so that's what that means when we were touching it and stuff. Was it sticky when we were touching it?
Oh, yeah, put it back in the freezer.
Sophia S, how are you guys doing? Good, I see thumbs up. Sadie, how's it going? Esme, I saw you eating some.
Raina has a question.
Yep. Quinn, can you mute your mute? Thank you.
There you go.
What's up, Raina and Bo?
I don't have that much frosting at all.
Were you able to cover your cake?
Well, yes, but there's
You
a
can see some
few
crumbs.
spots that it's not very good because I did do white icing, but then I didn't have enough. So then I had to do blue icing over the top, and then
It makes a cool marble effect.
Mm-hmm.
Done that. Trust me, I have done that before where I didn't have enough white and I'm like, you know what? Hopefully they like blue because I added some more blue in there. So sometimes it's hard to guess depending upon your cake size, how much icing you need. That's why we said so I don't know if somebody made a double batch. Who made a double batch? Are you having enough icing? Or Raina, did you make a double batch?
yeah, well, I did make a double batch, and then like I made the recipe double. I didn't do the one that was like the one that you guys said, but I made one that said it was like 2 cups or whatever, and I made 2. I doubled that, and then I made 2 doubled ones. But then I even like
You still didn't have enough?
not well. I do, but the rest of it's in my icing bags for
Yeah.
decorating.
Really, so here's the fun thing, Raina. If you have some spots that have crumbs, we can cover those up. That's the fun part, is finding different ways to cover it up. Okay, let's see.
Alyssa
Same,
has
but the back is kind of messy. Oh, Lauren T, I'm sorry we can't see your cake. So if you don't have a camera that works, could you take a picture and email it? Chris, is that what we're asking?
Sure.
Does that work? If you can take a picture, Lauren, and send it to
Sarah will drop the link maybe in the chat.
Oh,
Hopefully.
Coral, hold that up again. I saw that, Coral. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Margot, I see your cake.
Camilla, how you doing down there?
Charlotte.
Good. Thumbs up. Okay.
Grace, nice job, Grace. Lincoln's doing good. So does everybody kind of have it pretty much covered? And they kind of, it doesn't look pretty right now. It's okay. You know, see mine it's got stuff all over. So we're going to fix that. Okay. Are we ready to use our smoother, our cake
Okay.
smoothers or our cake scrapers?
Where are you? Here you are. Spotlight. All right. Quinn's is in the freezer. That's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. Because if you need to, Quinn, you can just try and remember. And I know your mom has a good memory too, because you guys are Benton County kids. Okay, so we're gonna keep our offset spatula because we're gonna use that. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your scraper and you want to make sure that it's up and down. Sorry, I'm gonna try and turn this way a little bit. I'll maneuver so that you guys can see me. Okay, so I'm gonna take my scraper. Oh, I missed it. Mine looks like an Oreo because it's covered in, yes. So you had chocolate cake then. Misty must have had chocolate cake. So we're going to take our straight edge, okay, and we're going to put it on our cake and we're going to very slowly, see how I just pushed a little bit? That's how we're going to make the side smooth. So you're very gently. And then you're going to stop because you're going to have icing on your straight edge. And I'm just going to take my spatula. I'm going to take my spatula. I'm going to scrape it off like this. And oh, you didn't see that. And I'm going to put it back in my bowl. Okay, so I'm going to start again. And you're just going to keep working your way all the way around your cake. Okay, you get too much on your scraper. All you're going to do is you're going to take your other, scrape it off there, put it in your bowl. And you keep going around. You know what else I've seen somebody do? I've seen somebody use a card, like a playing card, because that's a little bit harder or a little bit more firm. Okay, so we're going to go around the edge. And if you see, so see how this spot isn't filling in down there? I'm going to take my scraper, I'm going to get some frosting from it, and I'm going to fill that in because it was missing frosting. Oh, and here's another spot. So I'm going to grab some more. Okay. So if we have a spot that does that, that's what we do is we add some more, and then this is where we scrape it off. Remember I said I know it's a lot of frosting, but we're going to scrape it off. Okay. See how it looks nice and smooth on the edge? If you have a square cake, you're going to have to do the same thing, but you just do one edge all the way down, and then you scrape it off, and then you do the next side. Does that make sense?
Grace, what's your question? Grace, do you have a question? Okay. Lauren, do you have a question?
My cake is like still like bubbly, even though I like am scraping it.
It's bubbly. The frosting is bubbly, or you can feel the cake.
My frosting's bubbly. It's like not smoothing out.
Is it homemade or is it a made? Does your camera work?
No,
No.
Oh, shoot.
it's homemade.
It's homemade. Okay. So it's not smoothing out and it has bubbles.
Is it bubbly or lumpy?
It's bubbly.
Okay.
Did you stir it really, really, really well? So I was telling Chris this before I started today. If you have, but yours is homemade, not store-bought. I have store-bought icing. So what I have to do is before I use it, I have to mix. So it gets all those air bubbles out. So I'm wondering, when you mixed yours, did you use a whisk or just a paddle?
I use like a spatula.
Spatula to mix it. Okay.
I whisk.
And a whisk?
Whisk.
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe there's a lot of, is it air bubbles that are like popping in it?
Kind of, yeah.
So I would say maybe you need to mix with a spatula or a spoon to get rid of those air bubbles. Trust me, I've had air bubbles. Like I said, I just learned this. I told Chris right before we started.
Mhm.
And like she said, I've been doing this for years and I just learned something new. So that's always fun. Okay. So see how I missed some down there? There's spots down here yet. And a few other spots. We have some on the top. So I'm just going to do a few more rounds and then we'll work on the top because we got to make the top nice too, right?
Okay, while you work on that side, we're gonna go back to Grace because I think Grace still had a question.
Yeah.
Mine was like, since I used a plate, it like slants down. So I have to like angle
Oh,
at a weird angle, but
oh, sure.
it's like getting some of it, but then not all of it.
Not all of it. Oh, so when you're doing your, since you have a plate, it's kind of like this.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, I've done that. So what I try and do is I just try and hold it up above that slant and make it even like this instead of putting it down on the bottom. Okay.
Okay.
All right. How's everybody's sides looking? Good.
Okay.
So one thing that's good about me being older, I have really long arms and I have a cake turner. So
Yes.
one thing that you'll see is that oh, and Sadie's not done. That's fine. I'll keep working on mine too. So I start way almost as far as I can reach and I try not to move my hand and all I do is I spin my turntable all the way around and that gets, see, and I still make lines in mine.
Mhm.
It's a very, very touchy thing. You got to be very steady. Quinn, are you guys getting enough icing off your cake? Your mom said that's a lot of icing.
Misty, you had another question.
Not really a question,
Okay.
but it's kind of a common because I put that mine looks like an Oreo. Both of them aren't chocolate. One of them is vanilla and the other one is chocolate for layers.
Oh, gotcha.
So I didn't know which one to choose, so I chose both of them.
Both of them.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's then everybody's happy. If you like chocolate, you can have some of the chocolate. And if you like vanilla, it looks like vanilla.
Yeah.
All right. How are we doing on the outsides? We doing good? It doesn't have to be super perfect because we might have to fix it yet. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the top. So if you see my top, you see how it has some edges and it's not very even. See, when I spin it, it kind of goes. We're going to try and even that out. Okay. So there's a few ways that we can do that. I'm going to try and make sure I have somewhat of a clean spatula here. So we clean our spatula. So there's no frosting on it, or your hands, maybe. Okay. I've got wet hands now. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of slowly, I'm going to try and do this so that you guys can see it. We're going to very slowly and gently pull it to the middle of our cake. Pull it to the middle and make sure that you have something to wipe it off on. Okay. I can tip it so that you guys can see it. No, I think this is better. Can't tell. It's hard to see with the camera. So I'm just very gently pushing it down so it's nice and smooth with the top. And then you can take your side scraper that you used, and now you're going to scrape that off so it's nice and clean. Okay. And you just keep going all the way around the outside. Oh, some people aren't done with their outsides yet. That's perfectly fine. And if you want, you can also use your scraper for the top because it's also a straight edge. Oh, Addie already put hers in the freezer. She already did the top. How are we doing on time, Chris?
We are at 7:14. So
All right. So I knew this was always the hard part. This always takes the longest, is to make it look so pretty. You know what, you guys, this might have to be one of the best cakes I've done.
if you do say so yourself.
If I do say so myself. I do, I have done quite a few cakes for my nieces and nephews, and they're always like, this is the best one yet. I'm like, this one is pretty nice. I'll have to ask all the other people that I do cakes for. So I'm going to teach you another little trick. If you have time and your top doesn't seem very smooth, there's a few things that you can do. I've done a few different things. You can take your offset spatula, run it under really warm water, and that will actually get a little bit of a glaze on the top. You do want to dry it off, and just that it's warm, it kind of melts that buttercream, so it's a little bit more smooth. So if I had a lot of time left, I would go back and fix this part here, because see how there's a little gap? But when I decorate it, I could also put one of those rosettes there. So remember, we still have the rosettes in the freezer? Oh, yep. So Isabel, I was just gonna go grab my flowers from the freezer. So if we have, it looks like we just have about 10 minutes left, 15 minutes left. So I'm gonna grab that.
While you do that, Raina, what's your question? Quick question?
It's not a question, but I just wanted to say, my frosting, why I think it was running, I left it out since the morning. And
Oh,
I also put some milk in it, I think.
yep,
So that's why.
that'll do it.
Yep. All right, so here are some of my rosettes on my parchment paper. And since they're frozen, I can pull them off, and I'm just gonna set that one over there. I want to do one of these little thingies over there. I want to do a yellow one. Oh, my fingers are blue. That's why I wear an apron, because I always go like this. Let me do one of these pretty yellow ones next to it. One more on this side.
And you're pretty confident those are going to stick?
If they're flat on there, they should, because when
Okay.
these are frozen and when it comes to thawing a little bit, it gets a little bit sticky.
Okay,
And then they should stick on there because they're sticking to my fingers a little bit.
got it. Just want to make sure. Just
Yep. So remember how I said, oh, where's my little spot? Oh, right next to there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take one of my piping bags, and I know I'm going fast, but I will have time for questions. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some little stars with my small tip over it. One, two, I'm gonna do 6 of these. And then I had, what else did I have? Oh, I had some of these. I have another one of these. I'm gonna put over here. Gently push it down. This. So we did some of these and we froze them. And I'm just gonna do a few more. I'm gonna put one over here. Can you see where I'm at? I can do one right in front of the camera. So I just squeeze here and I just do little circles there. And I'm gonna go back to my star tip, my yellow star tip.
Oh.
Okay, if they're on your cutting board, you remember your offset spatula that we had? Rinse it off real quick and then try and scrape it off with that or with a butter knife. That would work too.
Quinn, what's your quick question?
So my question is like we have like our rosettes are like frozen and stuff, but they're like sticky enough, like they stick to the cake, but like they're like sticking too much to the parchment paper and they're still kind of soft.
Yep, so once we took them out, they're gonna automatically start thawing. Mine, actually, I put mine on a pack of hot dogs. So it kind of grew, it kind of, here, see how it kind of sticks up there?
Yeah.
So once it starts thawing, it should fall down to where a normal spot would be. And they are gonna be a little bit sticky because they're not frozen yet. And the parchment paper is a little bit hard to get off, but all I do is I kind of pick it up and I peel it back like this. It's hard to
Thank
see.
you.
Okay. But at the same time, remember we have our piping bags. We have our 2 different piping bags that we have, and you can practice your rosettes again. You can do whichever ones you want. You can add little flowers in around the ones that you want. I put some yellow borders over here. Okay. So these are just regular star. That's the star border that we did. You remember we did the shell border? Okay. So I'll try and do it from here to here in this angle with some light. So we're going to start. We're going to go back and forward. Okay. How's everybody doing? Okay. And you can even, so mine, I'm actually going to leave it on this cake stand. So I am actually thinking maybe I'll put a border down at the bottom. Okay. So I did 2 shells and then a line. Okay. So I did 1, 2 line. And then I spin it. 1, 2 line. Okay. And then we can also go back to our big 1M tip. And I know we had some frozen ones. So Quinn, if your frozen ones aren't coming off the parchment, you guys can do whatever you want on your cake. So I had 2 rosettes over there. I'm gonna put one over here. That one kind of fell off, but that's okay. Can I make a border? Yep, you can make a border on the bottom. My flowers on, oh, we already did the cutting board. Okay, Chris, I want to see what these kids are making. Can you take?
Okay.
I want to see them.
Okay, just hold your questions for a little bit.
Oh, Lincoln, look at that. He's doing a circle. Kiara, how are you doing? Good? Okay.
I see some blue and pink and
yeah, happy birthday. She's got some pink on there.
I think I'm gonna go over to Addie's house.
It's my dad and my dad and my brother's birthday, so that's why.
Today?
It's in a few days.
Nice.
Oh, see, February. Oh, Alyssa P. Oh, and see, I forget that I have 2 screens of cameras. Charlotte, Grace. Oh, and Nora. Nora, those are beautiful. Oh, Lizzie.
I like Margot's colors.
Oh, I gotta find Margot. Oh, Margot, I was gonna do lime green and purple, but I did purple last week. So I didn't feel like I could do purple again. Do you see Lizzie's? She's got all rosettes all over the top. I'm sorry for people that we can't see your cameras. Please, please, please send pictures to the link.
There's Rowan's. You had a blurred background. I couldn't see it, but now I can.
Yeah, Rowan, let's see that.
Got borders going on and
Cool.
Can you show the pictures of like the people on the big screen so we can all see it and we don't have to like click through?
Okay.
I think she'd have to pin everybody once. Oh, Avery, I love Avery and Joelle and Kelly. I love the colors and how you just went with the layers of the stacking on them.
I have to find where are we under oil? See, I can't even find them fast enough.
Right. Oh, we have Casper and Katri. They each have their own. Oh, there. Oh, good job, Raina. See, she didn't do her white background.
Nope, she did a blue cake.
Ooh. Wonderful. Chris, can you find Kiara? And Kiara, can you show everybody how we've been using piping bags? Oh, that looks awesome, Sophia. That is cool.
Thanks.
Chris, can you find Kiara? I want to show everybody. So most of us have been using piping bags. Kiara has a different tool that she's using. She has a different way. That's a different tool, a piping tool.
There she is.
There she is. Thank you, Kiara. So Kiara has something different that so instead of having her squeeze her hand from the outside, she does it like that. So Kiara, I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but thank you. I love seeing everybody's different tools. Like, who said they didn't have a straight edge tonight? Did you find something? What did you find for your straight edge?
Oh, that's all pretty too. A little teal, a little gray. Margot, what's Margot got going on here? Oh, that was the green and the purple. Oh, cute. Oh, pink. Green and pink. That's the square one, yes?
Yep,
the square
that's
cake?
the square one.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's see what's happening over here. Oh, Esme, can we see what you got? Got a little blur happening. Oh, there it is.
Lots of green. I like the different colored greens.
We got a forest happening.
She has a square one too.
Yes. Beautiful. Love it.
These are fun. I love seeing all of them. See,
See,
and Chris, I keep going back to the one that I'm like, oh, what's that Megan person? I gotta put that away. I keep looking at myself. I keep seeing one. It's like, oh, what's that yellow one and green one? There's Lincoln's. Lincoln, what color is that on top? Is that a mixture?
What's happening here?
There's Lincoln. Lincoln, I like your not vest. Apron. Good job, dude. Look he's got a 4-H cup right there next to him too to refill.
Yeah. Rocking it. Rocking it. Oh, this one is this is one I couldn't find. There they are.
Oh, Avery and Joelle. Look at that. Who's gonna eat that? Brothers?
Me? Oh. Okay, so Alyssa, what's your question? Hey, Camilla. Do you want to show yours or no? Not so much. Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, bring it down a little bit. Oh, it's
was a blurred background we couldn't see.
She's working on it.
There we go. Oh my gosh, look at
she's got a few different colors.
Those are awesome. Good job with those rosettes.
How about Braylin and Shahara? I know I said that wrong. Oh, there's Tassa.
Kamala's looks really good.
Camilla and Reed. We just saw Reed.
Yep.
We see Charlotte. Oh, there they
Oh,
are.
oh, good job, girls. Braylon, I know I didn't say that right. I'm sorry.
Braylon and Shariah?
Oh, is that? Oh, that's a. Yes, no. Are we close, Shariah? No.
No, sorry.
Can you
So
unmute and tell
sorry.
us?
Sure, yeah.
Shariah.
Okay.
Okay. They are going to get those coats so straight and so clean. All right, let's see. Cora. How about Cora? All right, Alyssa, what's your question?
It's more of just a showing that of what I did. I put the yellow and pink on the very bottom. Like mixed it on the bottom.
Coral did. Oh, yeah. She
Pretty.
did some different.
These
Oh,
rosettes are
Cora.
awesome. Guys are
Yeah.
doing such a great job on those rosettes.
Oh, can we see Addie S? Oh, and Charlotte. Charlotte's got yellow like I did. Oh, look at Addie S put chocolate chips on hers. Look
This
at
one has the peanut butter frosting on it. Is this true?
Oh. Addie,
Peanut
does
butter?
yours have peanut butter frosting?
You're unmuted.
Yes.
Oh, my daughter just yelled in the background, "That's not fair. I'm jealous." I might have to get the recipe for that then.
I may have to just
Well, I
stop
have a-
over at your house. I may just
It
have to
is
come on
pretty
over.
I have a question about that peanut butter frosting. Last
Uh-oh.
week we were talking about different types of frosting. Was it icing the same way as your icing last week? Or did you use peanut butter icing last week too?
Am I still unmuted?
You're unmuted.
It's still like a buttercream type of frosting. It's like pipeable, but it's like thick peanut butter frosting.
You added
Okay.
a little extra milk than the recipe called.
Yeah.
That
She
would be
she had to add a little extra milk than the recipe called so that it could be a little more pipeable.
Yep. Yep. So did you do the recipe that's in there and then just add some peanut butter, or is it a completely separate recipe?
No, I just did this one.
Oh.
I don't know. We don't like buttercream frosting in our house, so I wanted to eat it.
Right. Yep. My husband doesn't like cakes and stuff, but I bet if I did peanut butter, he would be
Mm.
Yeah, so
Oh,
the fat.
sorry.
So instead of using more butter, they used peanut butter for your fat.
Okay.
You know, they still had butter in it, but it was just less butter and more peanut butter. So
See, we learn new things, you guys.
There we go. We learn new things. Thank you, Miss Addie.
Isabel wants to show hers.
Oh, Isabel. There they are. That's
There
right,
we
Isabel?
go.
Ooh.
Let's